An 80-year-old woman drank a mysterious potion to become more beautiful. Unexpectedly, in just 2.5 seconds, her dry hands became so soft that they could be broken with the touch of a flower. Her two big buds also quickly changed from grapes to watermelons. Even her buttocks instantly rose up and could hold a goblet. Looking in the mirror, she looked like an 18-year-old girl. The woman couldn't wait to show her to her husband, so she changed into a sexy low-cut dress. But her husband was already tired of her. This made the woman instantly go crazy, and she immediately turned into a shrew and had a crazy output. Unexpectedly, this completely angered the man. With a wave of her hand, she threw him down the stairs. When the man woke up, he thought it was too late. His wife had become twisted and went to the northwest, but he was about to contact the crematorium in a panic, but the wife, who should have died, suddenly stood up. She wanted to tell her husband that she was fine, but she didn't realize that her head had turned 180 degrees. The man was so scared that he begged his wife to spare his life. At this time, she realized that something was wrong. When she looked in the mirror, she found that her head was facing the back. Seeing her husband hiding from her like he saw a ghost, the woman didn't have time to think about it. She put her hands on her head, scolded him, and turned her head back to the front. The man who was forcing her was very aggressive. He took advantage of his wife to fix her makeup and hurried away. Unexpectedly, just when he came downstairs, his wife's best friend suddenly came to the door. The man panicked immediately. To avoid his wife finding out about their relationship, he had to agree to visit her house at night. But who knew that his wife was watching them upstairs? He decided to teach them a lesson, so he immediately took out the S68 and scolded his best friend. Just she shot the man who stole his husband. The woman shot the friend and sent him flying 100 meters away. The husband could only spread out his pants and patch them up, but unexpectedly, the friend was not dead and stood up with a big hole in her head. The scene nearly terrified the couple. When the critical moment arrived, Dami suddenly noticed something unusual. The other person had the same badge as her. It turned out that he was also an immortal who drank the potion. Thinking of this, Dami was no longer afraid. She picked up her weapon and started a desperate fight with her best friend. Both had immortal bodies and couldn't harm each other. Jianzhuang suggested that she could be the younger and let Dami be the older. Although both were immortal, they needed to constantly repair their bodies. Brother Chiang, an undertaker, was the best choice. After reaching an agreement, the two found Brother Chiang to repair their bodies. Brother Chiang decided to help them one last time because of their old friendship. However, when the two were finished repairing and admiring the media in the mirror, they found a piece of skin actually fell off. This made Dame feel bad. She knew that she couldn't let Brother Chiang leave, so the two of them put drugs in the wine to knock Brother Chiang unconscious and feed him the immortality potion. But Brother Chiang wanted to leave and spilled the wine on him. In a hurry, Dami picked up the vase and scolded her husband. When Chiang opened his eyes again, he found a witch standing in front of him. She opened a mysterious iron box and took out a bottle of dreamy pink potion. The next scene made Chiang completely force the witch to pierce her finger when the man was not paying attention. Then she used a dagger to drip a drop of mysterious liquid and then wiped it on the man's hand. A magical scene happened immediately. The wound healed quickly and the man quickly became young and full of strength. Realizing that the potion really had the ability to grant immortality, Chiang listened to the witch's bewitching and prepared to drink it. Thinking of the miserable situation of his wife and bestie, he suddenly stopped. Such immortality is deadly. He didn't want the witch. Seeing that the matter was exposed, he immediately ordered his men to use force, but unexpectedly Brother Chiang took the initiative to cut off the power and ran out of the door. But as soon as he went out, he ran into two big wolfhounds. He had no way to go, so he could only escape to the rooftop. But before he had climbed far, his wife and her best friend suddenly appeared. He was so scared that he missed a step and fell directly. Fortunately, he wore a quilt today, so he was lucky enough to save his life. Dami hurriedly threw out a ribbon to try to pull Chiang back, but unexpectedly, the wind blew him away. Seeing that her lover was about to die, Dami immediately persuaded her husband to drink the potion, but Chiang was determined not to do it, so he resolutely threw Xiaoping away. Then he heard a harsh rebuke, and the whole person fell 100 meters high, but unexpectedly there happened to be a witch's meteorite pool below. She also luckily found a small road and then drove away from here immediately, until many years later Dami dared to came to attend Brother Chiang's funeral. Although he lived only 100 years, he left behind many descendants who will be remembered as great men forever. The two Dami who lived in shame had long been forgotten by the world. Their bodies were also fragile because they could not be repaired in time. They lived like ghosts. At this time, the two of them had their own agenda. The bestie accidentally stepped on a bottle and lost her balance. Dami did not help her, but tried to push her. Unexpectedly, she was grabbed by the other and dragged down. The two of them fell to pieces and ended their miserable lives.